All right. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Nico.
Hey, how's it going? It's a couple of months, a bit over 2 months now since your
Yeah,
session.
I've just ticked over the 2 month mark about a week ago, so it's going pretty good, as you can see. The kind of redness has all gone down now. That went down about the 6 week mark, which is really good. Um,
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, we're doing a Zoom video because I'm based in Australia and you obviously there in New Zealand, Auckland,
yep,
right?
yep,
And yeah, so that's one way to do these post-op follow-ups, obviously. But obviously, next time we'll do it in person, I believe, as well. But yeah, really wanted to hear a bit of, I guess, how the journey has gone. Well, how does it feel like now, being through? Not that the results are yet there, but they're coming along really well. Tell us a little bit about how that whole process has been.
yeah. So I guess the operation day, microsurgery day, went really well over in Gold Coast. I didn't really know what I was getting in for, but it was a pretty straightforward day, and you kind of don't really need to do too much. You kind of just sit back and they do their thing for most of the day. I think I watched Netflix for about 6 hours that day, which is cool. But since then, I guess I had the redness, which is common, which, as I said, went down about the 6 week mark. And then I think I've been one of the lucky few that hasn't shed too much of the hair. I think at about the 1 month mark, it started to shed a wee bit, and I thought it was going to keep going and just shed all the way back to being bald again. But I guess, like my older brother who had it done about 15 months ago, he didn't shed a lot as well. So I've actually managed to keep quite a lot of the hair. You can actually tell it's the same. This transplant area is actually the same length as the rest of my hair. It's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
the hair that they took out of the back is what's grown and stayed there. Um,
Yeah, so a lot of the hair has actually just started to grow straight away after the
yeah,
session. Get going. We can see that the coverage is obviously there, but the density will then build
yeah,
now with time. So that is one of the important things, obviously, to understand about this process. That the full results take 9 to 12 months,
yeah.
in general. Um, but yeah. All going well then. How, if you think of actually like the impact, or like not just the procedure or the process that you've gone through, but did you tell a lot of people, I guess, before or now afterwards, that you've done this? How
I told a
what,
few people before I went in to have the surgery, but not a lot of people. So I told a few close friends who were interested to see what the outcome would be. And I guess when I came back, I didn't tell a lot of people. I work at a co-working space, so I started to tell people then. And you always wonder, that's always probably the most nervous thing, is what people are going to say or think about you. Um, Having a
that's what
procedure like this done.
Yeah, that's what I would be very interested to hear as well. What type of reactions you get normally? Is it are people aware of these type of treatments being available, or is it like a completely surprise for them? Are they just interested? What type of things? So you know, is there anything to be worried about? In people's reactions? Because I think
I guess, yeah, for me, there was no like bad comments or, you're vain for getting it done or it was a waste of money or that kind of thing. People are more just amazed about like the actual procedure, that they can actually just take something that's so simple but effective. You can actually take your own follicles out the back of your head and just literally put them in the front, and then they'll grow and it will be your own hair. People had heard, people hadn't really heard so much about this way of doing it. A few people had heard about the one where you cut the strip of skin out the back of the head and then put that in the front or wherever you're balding. But for, just to basically have no knife cut you open or need stitches is a pretty amazing thing. And then they all just basically love seeing like where my old hairline was, because I used to have longer hair and used to cover up, so they didn't actually know I was receding at all.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So you're still, Do you still find covering it up? You're still wearing a bit of a hat to wait for the density to come, or
Kind of
how?
at the point now, like I've been going out with, I've just started putting gel in my hair again for the first time.
Yeah,
Because it's just growing back. I haven't had a haircut or anything since the procedure. But I can't, it's probably too short now. Like my old hair is probably too short to cover it up, but it kind of just looks like it's all hair there where I've had it put in, but it just looks like it's thinning now. So it almost looks like I am receding, whereas I'm actually going the other way, and whatever
yeah,
that is, receding.
yeah. It's gonna be exciting next few months to see how it builds up.
Yeah.
And
I had a
obviously,
few other comments. I work in this co-working space, which is lots of different people, and then most of the guys that I told they'll find it interesting, and then a lot of them would come back because a lot of males are balding in some form or fashion. And I had one guy who sits next to me and he's fully bald, and he came and talked about it and he thought it was amazing. And he came back the next day and told me about all the things he'd been investigating, which
yeah,
was one was having like dots tattooed on his head to make it look like he had a shaved head and that kind of thing. So, and people are just super
yeah,
interested in what the process is and how it works and how you actually go about it.
yeah. Scalp micropigmentation is one treatment that you can definitely do to try and kind of replicate the look of
Yeah,
full set of hair. It obviously doesn't grow, and you have to be really committed to shaving then the hair that you have
yeah,
left.
yeah. It's just interesting to see people's comments. But like I said, there was no bad comments or anything. People were more just amazed about the whole thing.
Yeah,
Super cool.
yeah. So how do you was this, if you look at the reasons kind of that you did this, is it something that you're kind of looking forward to? Is it gonna make you feel maybe a bit more confident at work, or in more like personal life, or what type of things you had in mind? Because normally there's something else. It's not just hair, but you kind of
Definitely, yeah.
want to get a good feeling about it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I guess for me it was like I never really thought about getting like something like this done until my older brother had it done. And I always just thought I had a receding hairline. And it went back quite far. So here you see
Yeah,
some of the pictures on my Instagram account. I was actually amazed once I actually shaved my head how far I was receding.
yeah,
But for me it was more like this, it was almost like this subconscious every day, every time I went to the bathroom, I'd look in the mirror to make sure I'd covered up my hair. And every morning I'd made sure, you do your spiky hair, then you pull some of it forward and you make sure when you go out in the wind that your receding hairline's not showing after you've been in the wind and all that kind of stuff. And then if you're going to the beach, I would always subconsciously wear a hat to the beach because I knew I'd be going swimming, and then I couldn't control my hair because I have quite fine hair, so it's all fluffy.
yeah,
So, but it was almost like after I had the procedure, I actually started to think back about how I was thinking about things and doing things almost at a subconscious level. And then there's sort of almost the anxiety that you get every day with just having to do that and always thinking about it. That's
yeah,
what I find most interesting about the whole process.
yeah. It makes you very conscious of
Mm.
of that, absolutely. And obviously I had mine done almost 3 years ago now, and similar. Mine was probably a bit smaller kind of recession than yours, but exactly the same kind of habits and things that you just do and cover it up, and you don't really pay too much attention to it. But then when it starts going a bit too far and you can't style your hair anymore like you kind of want to,
Yep.
it's a bit frustrating. I guess like it just tells how hair is so big part of the
Mm.
way we kind of look and present ourselves. And it's like clothes, really.
Yeah.
Um, you
And
know,
it comes down to your self-confidence as well.
yeah, exactly. So normally the more confident, as long as you're not arrogant,
Yeah.
there's a fine
Yeah.
line
Yeah.
between
Yeah. It's
arrogance,
just
but
growing your
you need
self-confidence and
you
you'll
need
find
confidence
it.
to act, to take action in life, in the to make progress, and get achieve your dreams, right? So yeah, that's really 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 cool. So now, a couple of months since your session, are you doing anything to kind of maintain using any other treatments to prevent further hair loss? Have you decided to do any of that?
No, when I met with like Tim initially from your team, DHI in New Zealand, he said I had quite unique hair. I'd receded where I'd receded, but the rest of my hair was quite thick. So he
Yep.
said it's very unlikely that I was going to continue to recede back. So that's why I didn't look at any other sort of options beyond getting this procedure done. Because literally I was just really thick all through here and then all the way back. I have really good density.
And if you don't mind, how old are you now, Nick?
Ooh, 35.
Yeah. Well, that just gives us obviously a bit of a context that, if you were 25 and receded that much, just a thicker hair as well can go. But when you're getting closer to that, I guess the better part of 30s and yeah, the process just tends to slow down at least after your 40s, mid 40s, and yeah, we can definitely be quite confident that you're not going to go completely bald anyway. So
Fingers crossed.
yeah, and that's the case in your family generally as well, is it?
Yep. Yeah. So my father, I've got three boys in my family, and yeah, we've all got the same hairline.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
one brother that needs to get his hair done now.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone on the same line again.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So was there any, now I know we kind of talked about the session day and those things already. Anything that was kind of a surprise to you, or anything that you kind of expected more or less about the process? Would you have anything to tell us about,
Yeah, I guess a surprise for me was the back of my head and how quickly that sort of healed up, and how quickly you couldn't notice that I've had, what do you call it, the donor area.
Yep.
So that was literally probably 2 weeks after my procedure that you couldn't really tell that I'd had anything done.
Yep.
And as soon as the hair grew back slightly, it just looked like you had a sort of shaved head, which was really cool. So that didn't last too long. And the other surprise has been how much of the hair I've actually retained of the original hair.
Yeah, so mainly positive surprises,
Yep.
which is good.
Yep. And I probably had the whole scabbing and that coming off, was everything kind of went as it should, and the baby shampoo and the scabs all kind of came off fairly quickly.
Yeah.
I think it was in about 10 days, I think, that all gone. And then it was, like I said, about the 6-week mark that the redness kind of, which was kind of almost overnight for me. Maybe it's just when I noticed it, but the redness kind of just one day it was kind of gone, which is cool. So about the 6-week mark that kind of happened. And everything's been really good. It's really interesting to see how quickly your hair grows as well. Hair grows afterwards, because I'd never shaved my head before or anything like that.
Yeah. So it's been also an interesting process because of that. So the looks changed. Also because of shaving, right? For a while.
Yeah.
Very good. Very exciting. I've also heard that you don't need to go into details if you don't want to, but you do some amazing work, for professionally there in New Zealand as well, and you're helping a lot of people. I guess maybe a bit related to kind of finding a bit confidence and a new way for their lives and things.
Yeah.
So do you feel like going through this type of process, which is made a bit more superficial obviously, but and being able to show others who have hair loss concerns, have I guess challenges, potentially with confidence because of that, how do you feel about being able to kind of share this story? Does that have a bit of a special meaning to you, or how do you...
Yeah, I guess it's quite similar, like the work that we do. In short, we sort of help prisoners, people who are in prison or on probation, with sort of key life skills. And I guess it is, you do see the whole, with what we do, the effect of the mental health and the different forms that mental health comes in. And something like this is, I'm a well-educated person and I've done okay for myself, whereas these people have, from their beginnings, they were always pushing SHIT uphill, like you could say. So the whole, and then it's just the anxiety that comes with them, that their upbringing and the decisions that they made. So we kind of do help them with those decisions, and then basically try and get them ready for release from prison to give them the best shot, because reoffending rates are quite high in New Zealand, but that's kind of all they know and that's all they're kind of capable of. So that's kind of the work that we do, but it is similar. It's kind of on two different levels, but it is coming back to that sort of that mental health. Yeah, I guess particularly in males.
Yeah, exactly. And these are important things. Obviously, men normally are not the best communicators, so we're not talking about any issues that are going around. So obviously, that's the reason why we in this business as well, and want to help people really, be the best versions of themselves. So yeah, I hope that the new hairline for you as well brings a bit of confidence and will help you, help even more people and improve their lives even more than so far. Yeah, thanks, Nick. That was really good. Good to catch up. Would you have anything? There's one more thing actually. What I wanted to mention, because you obviously you've posted a fair bit of photos and videos about your journey on the Instagram account that is dedicated to this. The handle is dhinz.diary.nick. That's right.
Yep, NICK.
Yep.
Yeah, tell people to have a look at that, and they can see the whole journey sort of day by day, which is super interesting to see. As well as I get a lot of people that message me who have followed the Instagram page and follow the Instagram pages of others as well, and they message me and ask me sort of specific questions. So I'm actually having a coffee with someone next week in Auckland City who's thinking about getting it done. So he wanted to have a really good chat about it, so that'll be cool. But yeah, feel free to give me a message if you do have any questions. Happy to answer them the best I can.
Yeah, that's amazing, Nick, because really, I guess what we want to establish, obviously, here, hair transplants or hair loss treatments maybe still, unfortunately, have a bit of a negative connotation to them, and it's just a matter of educating people that that there are solutions that are really straightforward, to be honest, and safe, and things that provide good natural results. So and nothing to be embarrassed about or ashamed of when you decide to do them. So yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much for actually being there for people who have questions and things, and helping. Really, that's what it's all about.
More than happy to, but I'll keep posting until a year or two on after the surgery, after the procedure, to see the real results, which will be interesting to see. It'll thicken up and the hairline really start to form in the front there.
Very good. All right, we'll probably finish off now. Thank you again, Nick, and we'll stay in touch. And everyone, please follow that Instagram page, dhinz.diary.nick, NICK, and there will be regular updates up until the full results, and maybe even beyond. So thanks, Nick, again. Have a good day.